What's up, people? We're back again for another episode of Horror with Our Sturdy, and tonight we are discussing Satan's Slaves, episode 519. She comes back for the last child. Ooh, what a catchphrase!
Doesn't that give it away?
I know, right? It does
I
give it
mean,
away, actually.
I didn't see the tagline when I watched
Get
it.
it away.
it's-
I didn't see it either.
I'll say yes and no because you could say it gives it away if because you know what happens in the movie, but I mean, coming back for it doesn't always mean you're succeeding in coming for what you're coming back for.
Well, you're not going to succeed, but you know what the goal is. You know what's going to happen in the movie. Like, oh, they got to protect the youngest kid. It's coming for the last child.
True.
Oh.
Which, you know,
But
that's whatever, James. It was still a pretty good movie.
oh yeah, I liked it. It's in my wheelhouse. It's my thing.
With the
It's that
paranormal
paranormal, yeah,
and the
shit.
porn, to just
It's
put the
kind. It's
icing-
also a mixture of cult Satanism shit.
Yeah, you could say that.
So yeah,
You could definitely say that.
so I was like, okay, cool. And I was watching it, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. I thought it was going to go downhill. I was like, oh, what's going on with this? But I enjoyed it. I like the parts where they are showing her going around the house, like the mother, like she's haunting the house now, and I like the scenes with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like the so-called jump scares. I know when they're coming, so it's not a jump scare to me, but you know the jump scare spots.
Yeah,
I thought they were good.
I feel like they were done well in this movie with the jump scare spots because it wasn't overdone. And the way that they played that intense music, I feel like, yes, the jump scares were coming, but I like how they kind of timed them with that, and I like how well the music for those, when they did play the music like that, it was used really well in those scenes. It made sense in those scenes. It wasn't just used just to be used, which I understand they do that in movies just to throw you off. But after a while, it's just like, all right, come on now, man. We know it's gonna happen. Just let it happen.
That's why I'm not big into like the paranormal type movies because they're just pretty much based on jump scares.
True.
I blame modern American horror movies because they've been so overdone. Some modern American horror movies rely totally on those cheap jump scares. It's like, let's just turn the volume up really loud, and
Yep.
that's. So I blame that.
That's
Turn the volume up real loud and just hit a frying pan against a wall.
Right.
Fucking that does the same shit.
That's fair. That's fair.
So every time you're watching a movie on Netflix and the commercial comes on, like a jump scare.
God, that's a jump scare.
Oh yeah, no, the commercial's like 5 times louder than the fucking movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
And you have to go for, depending on what streaming platform, you have to go for like 5 to 10 commercials.
Yeah.
Of all different volumes. So
yeah, that's the worst. And the thing that sucks is there's always like 1 or 2 commercials that has the perfect volume that you wish the movie was at. But if you turn the movie up like 2 decibels higher, all the commercials except for those 2, if they even pop up, are gonna be loud as fuck. It's like, fuck that. I'm not gonna deal with that shit.
Like I'm watching a movie and some guy comes on the screen, OxyClean, like really loud.
Yeah,
that makes me jump.
You know what's even funnier is when sometimes if I'm watching a lot of foreign content, either on like YouTube, not even just like more so if they're eating foreign foods, or if I'm watching foreign content on Tubi, all the commercials will be foreign. It'll be loud as shit and fast. Like, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Slow down. I might buy it, but I don't know what you're selling me. It just sounds. But what I love about them though is the intensity of it and the excitement of them. Like if you compare our commercials to theirs, it's lazy. I'm like, we got to put way more energy into it. People might buy this shit more. Way more excitement. They look so happy.
Tony Little had his thing down, yo.
Oh, Tony Little was shit.
I don't know if you guys remember or not, but saying about commercials and streaming being allowed, all that kind of stuff. Talk about like a law that does not get updated. So back in the world of broadcast television, there was a law the FCC passed that you could not make commercials louder than programming. Well, this kind of got forgotten about in the world of cable, but it was still kind of respected. In the world of streaming, there's been no update. So back in broadcast land, the FCC did say, hey guys, your taking advantage of your viewer by,
You're making all the children deaf.
and sounding like the voice of God after like you watch The Age of Innocence. So, but yeah.
Damn,
I might
did not know that.
figure out a way to tap in.
Corporate America, yay.
Be loud and obnoxious and crazy. I can do it. I can do it. I'm sure we could all do it for the right price. I respect it. That's what I respect is this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But what did you guys all think of this movie? America, Dave, and Chad, what did you guys think of this movie?
It was okay. From a production and performance side, it was excellent. I don't know. Maybe it was me. Maybe I was in a mood when I was watching or something. It just didn't connect with me until the guy got hit by the truck. And you said the same thing. And then I think it was probably maybe 30 minutes left in the movie, and then it really picked up.
Yeah.
But I kind of just wasn't with it up till that point.
Yeah, I'm always kind of like iffy when it comes to like paranormal type shit, mainly because I'm not a believer. Like, I don't know. Like, they just always come off kind of boring to me. But then, like, we were on the way over here, and I was telling him, I'm like, man, this movie was kind of slow, and then that fucking dude got smashed by the truck, and then shit just popped off. And we were like, yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, that happened. I was like,
But I mean, I felt bad for the family because of all the shit they were going through.
Yeah.
Even before, like, the mom died, like, she's a musician, and then they're trying to just live off the royalties, and they got no money because she ain't selling no fucking shit. And then her dad's basically
they're running
furniture.
a scam on them.
Yeah,
she's selling. It's just they're it's yeah. At least in the version that I saw, they're being scammed.
Oh, 100. You could definitely tell he was a shady fuck.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's the music business. Oh Jesus, it's the music business. It's gonna happen.
Your mic ran away.
It fell. So I'm
Jesus, I like it very much.
What's also crazy about
right.
what's crazy is fucking so when someone dies, the village just picks the people up and carry them to your house. Everybody in that fucking house is scarred for life.
Yeah,
that was like,
it's not uncommon. I mean, in this country, it's still done by certain groups, Hasidic groups and things of that nature. But having the body in the house for so long is very common throughout the world. So yeah, there are ways to make a body
you
not
just have
smell.
the body dangling. His face is missing. It was dragged. They showed it like dragging on the ground, just tearing away.
He's just chilling in the back seat or in the back of a pickup truck. Like, here's your son.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
talking about
Exactly.
the Exorcist son. Yeah, I mean that's
it was an Amazon delivery.
I misunderstood.
That poor town though, like that little village had fucking 4 deaths in a fucking matter of like 2 days or some shit.
Yeah, because it's all that family's fault.
Shit was wild.
The mother wanted children so badly. She said, if God's not helping me, I'm going to talk to Satan, I guess. Like, damn.
Because this came out in 2017, but Shudder picked it up a few years later. Is that right?
I believe so.
Interesting.
Because it did say it was a Shudder original. Oh, by the way, everybody, this is on Shudder if you want to check it out.
Yes, and also this is not this is a remake of an existing film.
I didn't know
Pengabdi Setan from 1980, Satan's Slave. It was one of the highest grossing horror films in Indonesian history. A lot of differences between these two films, but one thing that the director of the latest version, the 2017 version, Joko Anwar, wanted to do, which they weren't able to do completely with the first one in 1980, the original concept was supposed to be a cash-in on Phantasm. Because
I could see that,
yeah. So when the director was able to remake it, which was a lifelong thing, it was one of his favorite movies, and actually he made several short films connected to Satan's Slave before he was given the keys to remake it. And I think what was really like as far as things that I picked up on, was it was interesting to see another country outside of ours taking influence from other foreign countries. Like there were definitely elements of The Ring in there,
Yeah.
and there were a lot of J horror tropes.
Yeah.
That were in this version. Yeah, it's the first movie is a little bit more straightforward, and at the time, censorship in Indonesia with film has always been very strange. But one of the things that, was a guarantee that your film would get more of a mass ability to be with people or shown was the bad always has to be fixed at the end. And in the original, it ends very, very quickly, and it is Allah who has saved everyone. And there's quite an ending that explains how Allah did it and everything. So Joko was able to adjust the script in a way that made it very, very commercial, which it opened it up with this vague ending that is like perfect for a sequel. And now the censorship situation is not. Now, I'm not saying that all films always ended with some kind of happy ending, because the underground cinema that basically was the exploitation cinema that played, small movie houses, amazing ripoffs of films. Everything from The Terminator to The Exorcist. As I said, this was originally back in 1980 was inspired by Phantasm, and I think this version embraces that much more. So,
Wow. You guys hear me good?
Yeah.
Yep.
I had to move my mic because my stupid ass mic stand fell over. Okay.
is it
Hold on,
secure?
I'm trying to put it back.
Okay.
It's good now, I think. I have a
Awesome.
little ghetto situation in front of me, but you guys know the ghetto stuff seems to work better than anything else ever.
Duct tape.
Yeah,
Flex seal.
all the stuff from The Ring really stood out with the well and with the,
Yes.
the hair.
Mhm.
They always have the long hair, the dark hair in front, so you can't see their face. But yeah, I saw that.
Mhm.
Even the bell seemed familiar to something I seen before. The ringing of the bell. I watched a movie something with
the bell. That creepy
Yeah,
bell.
the bell. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's in a lot of paranormal films.
Yeah, that's a recurring trope. But honestly, I can't think of, was it Babadook that did that?
No.
There are a couple movies that have the bell.
Been a long
I
time
just
since I've
can't
seen
think
that
of the
movie.
top of my head.
I think so. That
Yeah, you
damn
heard the
kid.
bell, like, what the hell? But
Damn kid. Babadook.
what confused me though, they made it seem like, so they're saying the rules were as long as you don't give the kid away, they can't take them or do anything. But then at the end, they made it seem, no, that's not the case. The kid is Satan's son. I'm like, wait, what the fuck's happened? They can talk now. I'm like, what happened to where it's supposed to be you're supposed to show love, keep your family together as long as you don't give them away. That's why they possessed that Bindi. They possessed him to kill the 7-year-old. What the hell? So they basically erased it, and they're like, nah, never mind. We're going to go the route. He's the devil's son. We tricked you.
Like Night of the Living Dead at the end. All these fucking zombies.
And all the
Yet
zombies
again, another
everywhere.
reference in the film.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think my biggest complaint about the remake is it tries almost to get too complicated. Where the first film, there are parallels, but the family is smaller. Tommy is the main focus as far as a child. He, of course, is one of 4 in this film we're talking about. And it's much more on the end of, so in this film, it's key that the father is a non-believer. That's a big thing, because in the first film, the father is very wealthy and works all the time, but he still is a believer. And you know, the superstitions, and there's one about, you know, that after 40 days, I believe some of the effect of that, then if the body has not, there's not some element of contact, that it's moved on, things like that. But it basically leads up to all the satanic elements and everything, and then that's where that burst of Allah comes through, and it makes it very cut and dry. um as I said, my only complaint is maybe it was a little too complicated for, I think, trying to outdo its source material. And also, you know, the director Joko Anwar, I mean, was having a ball, because he got to do what I mean, cinema in Indonesia was extraordinarily popular, and it really kicked up in the 1960s into the late 70s, to the point that you had like maybe 160 cinemas, to then you had like almost 2,000, and it kept growing. So, and also,
Oh no.
it's important. You know, one of the things I like about the new one is it's the two big influences on Indonesian, which there isn't a huge element that's very cool, and then its exploitation, is its theatrical background, which I could not think of the name, but if you've ever seen like The Year of Living Dangerously or anything like that, in which you have these cut out almost dolls that are in Balinese things, that's a very traditional form of theater. And then the other major influence was what was financially big in Hollywood. So, you know, when you get into the depths of bizarre Indonesian cinema, you have films like The Mystics of Bali, which even features a living dead ghost that her head comes off. She has a line of her spine and goes to her organs, and she flies around, and at one point sucks the fetus out of a woman.
Oh,
Jesus
This
Christ.
is a cinema that is very bizarre, and it's so
That-
much fun.
what is that called again?
It is called The Mystics of Bali. It's either The
Next
Mystics
week's
of Bali
movie.
or The Queen of Black Magic.
Everybody's
it's one of
writing
those
it
two, but they're both equally screwed up.
Can you do me
there were-
can you do us all a huge favor and drop those
Uh-huh.
movies in our group chat?
No problem, definitely.
you.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Films like Lady Terminator were humongous, and that literally took the exploitation angle of female assassin, but let's do a Terminator switch.
Yes.
Indonesia was, I mean, I would say Indonesia is very close to where Turkey was, as far as a country that just would try anything to rip off what was big in the United States. And it produced some really cool stuff, because Indonesia, with it I don't know if it still is, but at one point in the past 10 years, it was the largest Muslim country. And it also comes with a lot of superstitions and a lot of stuff that was brought in by the Dutch. So, you know, you have these ripoffs, but they have so much local folklore and superstition that makes them really strange.
I just keep thinking about that Spider-Man movie.
Oh, yeah. Or there's the one from Istanbul that was the Turkish Star Trek. That is really awesome if you can find it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Turkey is a very, very strange place. But as far as if you want to dip your nose into somewhere in the world that has very weird and very distinct cinema, I would say a good place to start, if you want to, like, you know, just jump in, is Indonesia. I mean, there's so much that has not been released outside of Indonesia, and hopefully it will be found and saved at some point. But no, you name the Hollywood film, and there was a ripoff, as long as it had an exploitive angle.
Wow. But they got a Forrest Gump.
Go down that rabbit hole.
No, I mean, as far as like the Exorcist and stuff like that. Although India, I'm sure, has a version of Forrest Gump, and that has at least 3 musical numbers in it. I'm certain that has to exist. So.
Please let them break into song during Run Forrest Run.
I mean,
instead of Run Rudolph, Run Forrest.
Yeah. So if your thirst for a remake of Forrest Gump goes that far, I'm sure you can find that.
All right, I just sent us a message. Don't read it out loud, but I think it'd be fun for us.
Cool.
I had to count. I had to sit here and count. I'm like, I'm high for a second. So I'm like 1, 2, 3, 5.
I was wondering what you were doing.
It's like 4 squares. There's an extra person in one.
Yep. They threw me off, man. They threw me off.
Carry the 1.
Math is hard.
Oh shit.
But excuse me on that, gentlemen. Back to the movie though. Like I did enjoy it. I did think it was a pretty good movie. I didn't think it was scary though. And I didn't mind like how you guys are saying, for you guys it really picked up. The truck scenes were really picked up. I do agree with that, but I didn't mind the slow burn and the build up to that point, to where it got to that, and then just from then on it was just foot on the gas pretty much.
Yeah.
Do I wish I would have started a little bit sooner? I do. And I wish the horror element would have started a little bit sooner, but it still didn't bother me because I feel like the story overall was decent. It wasn't the greatest, but it was decent. And the acting was, I like the acting, and I love the elements, and I love the cinematography, which always freaking helps. Even if the story's not the strongest, if you have some really good acting, including the kids that weren't bad, that helps a lot. That helps a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, apparently some little kid was playing a deaf kid that could talk the whole time.
Yeah.
Did all right.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Child actors too. I mean, at least in American movies, there's a fine line to where they can be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Troll 2.
Yeah, there you go. Troll, perfect example.
You know what it is?
I hate that movie.
You have American kids or nieces or nephews, and you already know how they some bitches are, and they get on your nerves just by looking at them sometimes. So then you're like, I gotta see these motherfuckers in a movie? Son of a bitch. Versus seeing someone else in another country. You don't even understand what they're saying, so it's funny. And it doesn't resemble your child in a sense. So you see someone else's kid acting up, it's funny. You see your own kid acting up, you say, listen.
Yeah.
Someone else's kid acting up, not I'm there.
Huh? What'd you say, James?
I was saying, I think the child actors were great.
Yeah.
I was saying if someone else's kids were like acting a fool, if I'm there, I'm annoyed. I don't want that happening around me.
It depends on where I'm at.
That's why I don't like. That's why I mainly stay away from movie theaters unless it's a movie I really, really want to see. Because I had a lot of experiences where people will bring their fucking newborns and everything, or kids that are running up and down the aisles. A 2-year-old's not going to watch a damn movie. What the hell are you bringing a 2-year-old into the theater for?
Yeah, word.
So.
I was that kid.
So
my father has always said that my mother actually threw a fit when I was 6 months because she wanted to go to movies so badly. They allowed her to take me in. Yeah. So I potentially have been in movie theaters since I was around 1 year old.
That explains.
So what was the first movie you went to?
That's a good question, but I remember that I went to see numerous times, and apparently we ended up getting in free because I used to just run up and down the aisles dancing. This is what I've been told. Those were Grease and Saturday Night Fever. And yes, everybody, the NC-17 Saturday Night Fever. Those were my 2 favorite movies when I was really young.
That's awesome. Do you still dance up and down the aisles when you watch those movies?
No. I can't take Grease. Grease kind of drives me crazy. Although Saturday Night Fever, I think is definitely in the top, 50 of, legendary dark American cinema.
Hmm.
Yeah. Especially when it's like flourished with like the Bee Gees and everything, but it is such a dank, disturbing, horrible film. Yeah. Great film.
I love it. I love it. What were some of your
vaguely
favorite
remember going to see
of this one,
E.T.
James? What happened?
I was like, I vaguely remember going to see E.T. I don't know if I was bad or not, though.
I don't remember the first movie for me, the youngest for me.
Me either.
I wanted to go see King Kong Lives, too.
Shit, I think we used to start getting dropped off around like what, 8 years old, something like that. So even at that, which is crazy because you say that, right? And people nowadays, like parents nowadays, like newer parents, of course, and kids nowadays, are like, "What? That's crazy!" Or your nieces, nephews, or your own kids. Like, how the hell is that crazy? That was all of us. That was all of us. Like, you guys are just too stupid and get kidnapped too easy. We knew better than to talk to strangers. We were rude as shit back then.
Except for all them have cell phones, though.
Huh?
So all those kids would have cell phones, though. Now.
Yeah, true.
They
Some
do
kids
now.
are still out there. I seen a 4-year-old just walking across the street going to the store on his own.
Well, that's just bad parents now, James.
I'm like, fuck it.
That's different. Oh man, I miss those days though.
It's funny, you guys talking about it. So I don't know. This is something that might be interesting to find out from everybody. So my first movie memory, unfortunately, I don't know the year it was released, was Luigi Cozzi's version of Hercules with Lou Ferrigno.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
that is a rather painful first memory to have, but it is vivid. And I remember being so excited when that film was released on Shout Factory. I was like, okay, I've waited to rewatch this. I bought it. I was so excited. And I just sat there going, this is such a piece of shit. But it was like my first, I know exactly what theater I was in, and I remember.
Oh, that's awesome.
Being mesmerized by the beginning.
Yeah.
That's so cool though. Like you look back, like why did I like this? Like I know
I remember watching. I think the Arnold Schwarzenegger version, right?
Hercules in New York.
Oh,
yeah,
Lou was always in Arnie's shadow.
Yeah, that was his first movie.
yeah.
They dubbed him.
I love
That's
Ferrigno.
funny.
I thought he was great. Just he unfortunately always was in the shadow of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He just kept going backwards.
Yeah.
Until he became the Hulk.
That was that. Unfortunately, never he became the Hulk, but his popularity and everything, just I don't know if it was bad business choices or whatever, but he peaked at the Hulk and just went down, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then he had a little run with the King of Queens.
Yeah, he was on King of Queens, but not every episode. He was just once in a while.
Yeah, but
Neighbor.
still. And then I don't know what happened after that.
He was in that I Love You Man movie with Paul Rudd. He was trying to sell Lou Ferrigno's house.
Hey, Marvel, I got an idea. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'll bring him in and play the old version of Hulk.
Or just a fan, anything, something fun that just plays a little homage to him. Pays fans that loved him would love it. Something quick,
I think
something
he had
cool.
a cameo in the Edward Norton one.
Yeah, but give him a cameo on this one now.
Did he?
I think he was a security guard or something.
Oh,
I've only ever
he
seen
might
those
have been. I think you're right. He was like, yeah, he might have been a security guard at like a toll gate thing.
There you go. I forgot what he was, but
Something like
bring him
that.
back. I still don't go see your movies in theaters, but bring him back. Just being honest.
What was the question again? What were we talking
I
about?
don't know.
Oh, the theater memory. Our first theater memory.
Yeah, first theater memory. Or most memorable at your youngest age.
For me, I would probably say Turtles 2.
Awesome.
Oh, that's a good one.
I vaguely remember.
Was
I
that
don't think that was
Secret
my
of the Ooze?
Yeah.
Secret of the
Go
Ooze?
Ninja,
That one?
go Ninja, go.
Awesome.
Yeah, me and my cousin went. And we just got dropped off for that shit.
Damn.
Oh yeah,
Bits
freaking
and
Nick's
pieces
favorite
of them
rapper,
with the
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, oh yeah, go Ninja,
Which
go.
listen, everybody go over to the Scene Snobs and put hashtag Vanilla Ice or Ice Baby or Go Ninja Go because Mick loves Vanilla Ice.
Oh yeah, he does.
Tell him 30
anniversary of the Scene Snobs too. 5 years.
Remember we removed Cool as, what was that movie called? Cool as Ice? or
Cool as
something?
Ice.
Oh God,
That's horrible,
That's
man.
Black Bookie.
It was so bad.
That's one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen in my
it
life.
really is.
Like
was
not
done after
even
that.
bad.
It sounds
just
like
fucking-
Mick needs to do a commentary for that film.
Yeah.
Not as good as Shaq Shazam.
That's one.
That don't exist.
See, for me, no, you're thinking of the one with you're thinking of
Sinbad?
Sinbad's.
Bad.
That was a movie. I don't want to hear what anybody says. That I saw that. We all saw that movie.
I seen that movie.
Sinbad was a shit.
He was.
I remember his
But,
television show.
For me, I think my most memorable one as far as my childhood age is probably when my mother took a bunch of us to go see The Lion King back in '94. That's a long fuck. Damn. I just realized how long ago that was.
I hardly ever
94
went to
doesn't
the
seem
theater.
too long ago to me.
But we're in 2024 now.
Yeah.
The only one that pops in my head is Blade, but I was a teenager.
See,
Also
like I remember now, as far as like older, I'll say Friday the 13th, 2009. I went to go see that twice back to back and back to back weeks, and Batman, the second one.
Forever?
No, sorry,
No, that was the third one.
Dark
not
Knight.
Returns. Further later on, Batman. After Begins.
Batman.
Dark
Knight. There you go.
Dark Knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm old and shit.
There's too
Those are
many
my
versions.
favorites. Those are my favorites.
Like Burt Ward.
Burt Ward, nice.
I will totally piggyback off that because my most vivid memories. I have like bits and pieces of movies before this, but my most vivid memories are Nightmare 4 and Tim Burton's Batman.
Awesome.
I'll never forget. I
Nice.
went dressed as Freddy for Nightmare 4, which was cool.
Nice.
That is
Like,
cool.
Freaking 7-year-old. Freddy was the shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In
I own the
Batman,
glove.
I remember the carpet in the theater. I remember where the posters were. I remember where the concession stand was. I remember where we sat in the theater. I remember all the parts that got laughs. I remember like what my dad said to me when he was going towards the Batcave. Like, because like I'd never seen anything like Batman before. That shit blew my mind. And Dad looks down at me and he goes, "Pretty neat, huh?" And I'm like,
I,
It's
nice.
still, to me, it's
There
still
it is.
fucking cool as shit, though. The first two Batman from '89 and Batman Returns, I still watch and like, oh my, I love these fucking movies. They're great back-to-back watches. Christmas watch for Batman Returns. I don't care what anybody says. It has a Christmas tree in it and there's snow. James, enough with your negativity. Enough. It's a Christmas.
Die Hard.
movie.
Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
They're both Christmas movies.
That's Christmas.
"It's Christmas."
And you put on a Christmas hat. You know what else can be a Christmas movie? Do I need to mention it? Probably. You guys
Go
know.
all the way.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
It is. That's another Christmas movie. Krampus.
Yeah.
Santa Claus the movie.
The 20 versions of Krampus.
Yeah.
And
There are a lot.
Mrs. Krampus.
Black Christmas.
That Robot Santa one was dope.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
That was pretty dope.
Bloody
Silent
Christmas?
Night, Bloody Night. That's always a favorite of mine, the original.
I've never seen those, and I've been meaning to watch those. I need to
They're
Santa Slave with
very
Goldberg.
repugnant. And,
5 of them.
I like them.
Yeah, the
for it.
Goldberg one. Yeah.
Oh, Santa Sleigh.
Yeah, that shit's so good.
It was funny.
Sled.
It was fun.
That was way more entertaining.
Violent Night that just came out.
Mhm.
That was last year, right? With
2023. Yeah, that dude from Stranger Things.
Hopper.
Oh,
Hopper.
yeah.
Is that last year or is that the year before?
Maybe the year before. I don't know. I liked it. It was good. I thought it was. I didn't expect that. I thought it was pretty cool. I was like,
forgot.
holy shit, he's fucking people up.
It was violent as shit, and I loved every second of it.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
I haven't
that-
seen
that
that.
is
Oh,
an
I
interesting one,
listen.
yeah.
I watched every single
I need to
Ernest
do that.
movie
I need,
ever.
thank you. I'm
My
gonna do
father
it.
had an obsession with Ernest films for a while.
Gotta do an Ernest month.
I fucking watched
Great.
every one of them
Let's
that
go.
ever came out.
I do need to do some Ernest movies.
Jim Varney. Damn.
Ernest Saves Christmas. Ernest Saves Halloween.
Otto.
Ernest Goes to Jail.
Ernest Goes to
My
Jail.
favorite.
It's fucking hilarious.
Those movies were so fun.
They were
Dr. Otto and Ernest Goes to Camp were my favorites.
Mhm.
so good.
Ernest smokes crack. They didn't let that one release.
They didn't get to that one.
That's one of them bootleg editions.
Yep.
Ernest picks up a
Matt
prostitute.
I'd watch it. What the hell? I thought he was saving Christmas. He's just doing meth the whole time and stealing shit.
I mean, that explains Jim Varney's humor, but
Explains a lot of things now that you mention it.
Mm-hmm.
not to speak bad of
No, he was a
Jim
great
Varney.
guy.
Well, he was a great
He
actor.
was a very interesting guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great character actor.
Mhm. Yeah.
Underrated. I guess he got saddled with the straight to video Ernest movies there.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
fun movies though, and it worked. I mean, for the era we all grew up in, it worked perfect. And we watched a lot of weird shit when we grew up. I'm like looking back at a lot of the stuff we watched between the movies, the shows, the cartoons, and the commercials. We watched a lot of weird shit. I'm glad we did, but I'm just like, what the fuck? I can understand my kids nowadays. Some kids nowadays, they look at that, and they're just like, what is this? Like, yeah, it's weird. I know. I'm sorry, but
To
that's
me,
what we
it's
got.
like if he wasn't in anything else, it wouldn't be the same. Like he's always known as Ernest. You know, or you know.
I mean,
he's
it's
a
one of those
lock-in
things
character.
where I can see why that has to be annoying and sucks for an actor.
Yeah.
No matter how good or how bad they are at that talent, but it's just like if you're always seeing them as him for Ernest, and then he tries another role that's more serious, and say I don't know if he has that talent or not. I only know him as Ernest, and I'm sorry about that. But if he has that talent, you only see him as that one actor, unless they knock it out the fucking park with like 4 movies, which I mean, I don't know.
Know what I mean, Vern?
But now I want to watch some Ernest movies. I want to watch, what is it? Ernest, something about Halloween. Say it's Halloween.
Scared Stupid.
Or Scared
Stupid.
Stupid. That's it. Scared
Thank you.
Stupid.
Ernest Scared Stupid. Yeah, gotta watch it. Very, very soon.
Oh, back to the movie. The old lady, the mother, she kills herself. The grandmother kills herself to protect them from the dead mother, so she can haunt the house. To stop the dead mother.
Well, we did say that shit maybe got a little too complicated. So
it did.
The wheelchair rolls in the room. You hear.
The wheelchair was the hero of the movie.
Threw it up against the wall and shit.
That was great.
I was like, damn.
One thing I didn't understand either, though, like, so whenever like all the house is getting infested with zombies and shit, and they're like freaking out, and the guy locks the door, that didn't work out so well. So then,
yeah, no,
he runs into the next door, does the exact same thing. It's not going to work so well. But then, like, they run back into like the living room or whatever. Then the wheelchair comes creeping out and flies across the room. And then the other dude that they were getting advice from just kind of walks into the house out of nowhere. And you're like, where the fuck did this guy come from?
Yeah, no. He's like, go this way. Go this way.
The dude who let all that shit happen when his kids were all scared running around in his house. He just closed. He looked and then just closed it. He did exactly what the fuck I did. I'm just minding my own fucking business. Close the door.
That dude's van wouldn't even start when they got in it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Man, it got nothing to do with me. I do the same, mind my own black business. Act like I ain't seen nothing. Ain't you protecting kids? They ain't mine. Bring that. You shouldn't have brought that shit over here back to my house anyway, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, think about that though. Think about that. If your brother, whoever, your friend, your neighbor brings their cursed kids over your house for you to watch, that just takes off. They expect you to watch them and some crazy shit goes out. Like, nah, go ahead and take them, Satan. I don't want that shit in my house.
Especially where his son dies. That was his son, right? With the truck?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that was
Tied
that,
into
the,
all
that
this
was
Oh,
the
he was like, fuck
Exorcist.
them. He was like,
Yeah.
fuck
helping the
them.
neighbors. Nah, fuck
You
that.
got my kid killed. So I don't care about
Which
you.
was that scene was cool though. How
it was a
he's
cool
coming around the corner riding the bike.
He sees
Thinks he
Bigfoot.
sees the guy.
scene. These
Kind of
Bigfoot, yeah, come out of nowhere.
and then the truck. I would, and the thing was, there was nothing really that gruesome going up to that point.
No,
It was
that's what I mean. Like right
it was
from
just
there on,
visuals of stuff, but it was, you didn't see the actual actions happening. You know what I mean? But with that one, so I wasn't expecting it to see the visuals like that. I was expecting. I wasn't expecting them to get ran over until it happened, of course. But then when it showed, I'm just like, I was like, oh shit, nice.
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, it took forever to get there. Then they just got there and they brought it with that scene because I was like, okay, I'm awake now.
Yeah.
I'm good. Let's do the rest of this.
That was impressive. That was really impressive with that scene. Like just obviously it looked cool for the movie. But I mean, just like the art of it was just like, holy shit. Like I wonder how the fuck they pulled that off because that looked good.
Say, that's what I thought too. I was like,
Crazy ass camera angle.
And pretty impressive CGI considering everything. You know, that was because it was this beautiful mixture of both practical and CGI, and it worked very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What is
now,
everybody?
there was one.
Oh, go ahead, Trevor.
Oh, I was multitasking while I was watching this, and there's something I didn't pick up. I don't know if any of you guys did. So when the exorcist or neighbor's son is killed, they pull him off the truck, and a letter falls out of his pants.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I just saw that, but I didn't get the connection.
The one father's daughter, the oldest girl, she picks up and puts it in her pocket.
She don't read it yet. She just puts it in her pocket and walks away. Reads it.
Yeah,
fucking, I don't know. What is it? 3 days later.
Time.
Yeah, I don't know. She waited forever. Like I don't even know how long it passed. At the end of the day, the next day, I forgot. But it was basically the guy got it from that one dude they visited that knew the grandmother.
The guy in 317.
The long hair.
The paper, it was a note saying what was going on. It was basically explaining everything.
Okay.
And to tell about the kid,
to
tell about the boy, that's Satan's child, I think.
Yeah. So it was an attempt to keep him from communicating.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know if it was something that could be like passed around in a superstitious way, but no, that makes sense.
He gives the
yet again
the
a
guy,
trope of horror films. If you give somebody the information, they're going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like the dude in the room or whatever gave that guy the note, and the dude was like, well, I'm her friend, I want to know what's going on or whatever. And then like he puts in a tape and plays it, so I guess the cult people can't hear him. And then he explains to him what's going on, but it still didn't work.
Yeah,
he got X'd.
Nope, they got him.
What does everybody rate this movie? You want to kick it off, James?
I'm going to give it, like I said, I like paranormal movies. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 6. 6.
Trevor?
I'll give it a 6.5. I'm curious where the sequel's going to go.
Me too.
There were a lot of things to love about the movie, but I didn't think it was extraordinarily groundbreaking. And if I had to pick, I'd go with the 1980 version.
Fair.
I want to go back and watch that one now.
Yeah, same. I didn't even know it existed. How about you, Dave?
5 out of 10.
And Chad?
I'm gonna go probably 4. I'll go 4.5 just because of the truck scene.
Okay.
That really won you over.
It did. That was great.
I'm gonna go with a 6. I did enjoy the movie overall. Yeah, they could have did a little better with the story. Could have been a little darker, but overall, I didn't think it was a bad movie. And the truck scene did definitely help. And just the intensity of that scene was pretty dope. The kid's acting was really good, especially like when the I forgot the middle brother's name, but when he was after the youngest one, when he was after Ian.
Was it Bindi?
Yeah. It's like when he was young, like
it was Bundy.
Bundy. Something like that. Al Bundy.
Bundy.
When he was doing the sign language in his sleep, and he was like, "I want you to die." That was crazy. If you guys have seen Speak No Evil, Did you everybody see that?
Excellent film. Yeah.
Did you guys see the foreign version of it?
No.
No.
Check out the foreign version.
Yeah.
Just because I want to know what you guys feel about it. But the line in there where he said, "'Cause you let me," that sign language shit in the sleep made me think of that's some hard ass shit to just. You can't just be doing that shit in your sleep. Like if somebody talks to me like that in sign language and they're sleeping, that's disrespectful. I'm gonna get up and slap the shit out of you. That's just disrespectful. You ain't gonna be talking to me like that. You ain't gonna be threatened to be in your sleep in sign language. It's one thing like if you're talking in your sleep, which I know they talk with their hands, but still, you know what I mean. If it's like verbal, because I ain't always gonna be over there looking at you. If it happen to look over, you're doing that shit. I'm waking up and fuck you say just to me.
Well, see, that's the scene that got me thinking too. Because like at first I thought that Bundy was supposed to kill Ian, all because Bundy was possessed. And then you see like his grandmother leaning over top of him, and then whenever the kid like looks back over, then he rolls back over quick because he's freaked out. So like kind of thinking it's, and then at that moment you realize like she's telling him to kill the little brother because he's fucking evil.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. That's what confused me. I was like, the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, because at first I thought he was the one that got fucked up.
Yep.
And that right there, like those scenes there was showing like, I guess between those two, because it showed those two a lot, and the story really wrapped around those two a lot. The youngest two brothers is how well they both acted, honestly, selling those scenes. Because for the one, you feel bad for Ian because again, you don't know that he's just Satan's spawn. He's not, you know what I mean? So you feel bad for him because he's the youngest one and he seems so innocent and everything, and you're like, oh shit, there's nothing innocent about this motherfucker at all. He's the worst. He's the worst of the worst. But you don't find that out till later in the movie. I like how I think they did play that off well. I do wish they did show like little signs of things. I mean, I know maybe they did like at certain parts. Remember they seen the ghost figure in the hallway, and Ian said he didn't see it. His brother kind of jumped on him and freaked him out. But even though in the doorway, in that same scene, if you go back a little, well, right before the ghost part, where he's like stops in the doorway and says something about mom or mama or something, like he sees her, and he freezes, and his brother goes and gets a sheet and throws it up there. So I'm like, was he playing him, or was it kind of, you know what I mean? Just kind of. But
all right, I got a question about the end real quick though. So they're basically setting up for the sequel. I believe. I hope it's continuing on because they're in a new apartment. And next door neighbors are part of the cult thing. Yeah, and they're like keeping them there for some reason. So that's the part I'm confused on. They got Ian. What do they need that family for?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Hopefully that's
with
answered.
That map. There's an implication that they're planning something that is supposed to go over a large stretch of area. So that's what I took from that, which I'm assuming that that'll play a major role in the second film. Because if not, then I have no idea why they had the thing with the map at the end.
Also, want to know what the pomegranate seeds were.
Yeah, the harvest. Yeah, they're planting up. Yeah, it's weird.
See, I noticed those when the one lady was picking them up earlier in the movie, and she grabbed like maybe between 4 and 6 of them, put them in her hand, and I don't know what happened.
But she never mentions them again.
Yeah, I thought they were going to eat them and someone's going to get poisoned or something.
And then like she goes inside and she asks the guys if they want anything to drink, like do they want tea or something. And that was pretty much it. And then we don't see them or hear about them again until the end of the movie, where you see them in this freaking jug of a bunch of them. So I'm hoping that ties into the second film as well, which I feel like it will. I don't know, but I mean, it seems like it should. Satan Slaves, it's called Satan Slaves Communion. So it seems like it should tie right into it, and I'm crossing my fingers and hope that it does, because this story's not bad, and if it does go the way it's supposed to and the way we're thinking, and I mean that may be something.
I hope it gets better.
Where it does tie in. That's what I'm saying.
It's going to go in an Omen direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the second one.
I'm thinking it's going to go in an Omen direction.
My own opinion.
As a matter of fact, if you guys could, video store clerks, if you guys are here next Tuesday with us, if you guys do watch the second one, can you guys let us know next Tuesday what you felt about this one, or about part 2? That way, just to kind of get a little.
Well, I mean, depending on what time I get back from Philly Thursday, I might be able to jump on Thursday.
Hey, if you're free,
if I have time to watch it.
No pressure though. No pressure, man. But if you're free, you're more than welcome to. If not, hey, and if you can, just let us know on Tuesday if you can. It'd be dope. But yeah, it'd be nice if part 2 does, like I was saying, if it ties into it, because I think it would make part 1 better. Because then you get the whole story, and if the whole story connects really well, you're like, okay, now I see why it was told like this in part 1, because they had to kind of build it up to this, and now part 2 is boom. All right, I get it. I hope it doesn't drop off though. That's what I'm I don't want to say nervous about, but that's what I'm
Usually they do.
It also fascinates me.
And the reason why I want to say no, I know it's a different type of film because it is a independent found footage, paranormal true crime one, but the Blackwell Ghost. Each one of those gets better. James, you could
that's
vouch
true.
me on that. And there's 8 of those.
Because it's like a continuation of a documentary, though. I think that's why it works.
I'll say it's a documentary. I'll say it in quotes, or more of a mockumentary because it's a movie, but the guy calls it a documentary in the movie. You know how those go. But he does such a good job with, he does a good job with a lot of the shit in the movie, like with the fear aspect of it, the storytelling, and I feel like he does better as far as an actor and director and everything. He gets better each movie, and then as you get to like the middle of 4, 5, 6, it gets even better, of course. And yeah, it's a very interesting story. I really enjoy it. I'm actually going through it for the second time this freaking year. But yeah, Blackwell Ghost. You guys should check that out if you haven't yet. And
I kind of wonder with the sequel, not to go on, but
yeah,
we're given a taste at the end of this version of Padag de Satan that is like this homage to Night of the Living Dead meets the first Evil Dead. And I'm really wondering if, because I do think that the second one is going to be as referential as the first film is, as far as putting in the Ring reference and all these other references, because that's such part of Indonesian exploitation history, the ripoff. So, I'm curious about that. But yeah, I think it was Joko Anwar who did the second one, Communion. I'm curious where he's going to take it, because he could go all over the place. I think the only thing that could keep him from going really over the rainbow in a psychedelic way would be budget. So,
Now, is there is a sequel or remake to Trevor?
No, there was no. To my knowledge, there might have been, because there were so many movies made, but to my knowledge, there wasn't a direct sequel. Of course, like anything, you make copies of something from somewhere else that makes an amazing amount of money. And then when you make something that makes an amazing amount of money, they start making movies like that one with other things taken from. So yeah. But no, it was kind of a one-off thing. And also with the originals ending that, God has come and fixed everything. Like it's fixed. So there really wasn't a place for a sequel, but I don't think there's any movie making that there's actually money involved that there is ever a true, well, that's the end of the movie. It's all about money. Which is the way it just is.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can wrap this one up unlike never mind, I won't say that. I'll be more mature this time. Listen. All of our links are in the description. Go check out the Video Store Clerks. They'll be going live at 10 o'clock tonight. What are you guys talking about tonight?
Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, 1960.
Nice.
Oh, you know who's in there.
Great film.
You know who is in that movie.
Anthony Perkins.
Nope. Jamie Lee Curtis's mother.
Oh, yeah.
Forget her name off the top of my head.
I'm getting my Hitchcocks. I'm thinking Tippi Hedren, but that is the Birds.
What is her name?
I just looked it up earlier, actually.
I forgot too. What
Janet
the fuck?
Leigh.
She's in there.
Yeah, she's in it.
Janet Leigh?
She's in it.
Yeah.
Janet Leigh?
The famous shower scene.
Just
the whole movie. I love her. I really do.
Well, here's a quick one for you guys with Psycho, because I know you guys are going to go over all the Psycho.
Yeah, Janet Leigh.
But have you ever seen a film called Peeping Tom?
Oh, that's I've never seen it, but I know of it.
It is unbelievable. Michael Powell made it. the same year as
Yes.
Psycho.
A couple months
And
before, I think.
both of those films, in my opinion, are equally important. So
Mhm.
just had to
Really?
throw that in there.
Yes.
Peeping Tom. I guess it's another movie you got to throw in the group chat, Trevor, so we don't forget. Because
Awesome.
these guys have a terrible memory, and I don't remember
Yeah,
things either.
I forget why I walk into bathrooms. So
Hey, man, we all forget some things.
Aha.
Yes, Psycho was credited for starting the slasher movie, but actually Peeping Tom was the first one. It was in the UK.
Yep.
Oh, it's
By
a
a couple
slasher. I'm
months.
thinking it's a whole completely different thing because we would.
Oh, it's a nasty little film.
Yeah,
Very.
they're kind of similar in that with the killers, like this
Mhm.
socially awkward white male kind of thing.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't know how similar they are to each other.
Ah,
Homework.
Yeah, that's about the connection. It's just, they both approach material in a way that kind of developed a new language, which eventually became the slasher.
Mhm.
interesting.
So we're paying tribute to the ones that started it all.
Nice.
Awesome.
I like that. So make sure you guys go check out what they're doing tonight. Check out some Hitchcock and jump in the chats when you're down over there. Jump in the chat. Tell them Sturdy sent you. Show them some love because they're some great guys. And Ambassador Radio. Make sure you go check out our guy Trevor over at Ambassador Radio. He has a lot of knowledge. He has a lot of interesting knowledge. I'm gonna keep pushing him and kicking him until he starts bringing that movie knowledge onto Ambassador Radio Media because he has a lot of it.
I
We
will
love it.
try. Well,
That's your tea.
it means an amazing amount, you guys,
And he's gonna
giving
call.
me the ability to talk, and
Yes.
your kind words mean an amazing amount.
Uncle T presents Ambassador Radio's movie media. Boom. We'll know who it is. You guys will know.
Educational and entertaining.
Yes. Because you learn. Cause no, seriously, the cool thing about it is Trevor will tell you like some dope ass shit about the movie and tell you the background that you want to look up, but you're too lazy to look up. But you're just like so fascinated by it. You're just like, holy shit! I need a place to just listen to this stuff. And I'm telling you, that would be the thing. I'm telling you.
Well, thank you.
You can even say shout out to all you lazy researchers if you want, because that's us. I'm one of them.
Well, speaking of shout outs, I just wanted to say happy 5th anniversary, Mr. Manhattan over at the Scene Snobs.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Excellent stuff.
Big shout out to you guys over at the Scene Snobs. Happy 5-year anniversary. Remember, guys, go over there. Happy 5-year anniversary. Hashtag Vanilla Ice. Hashtag Ice Baby. Hashtag Go Ninja Go. It's gonna make his day. I promise. He loves it. You can say Sturdy sent you if you want.
We'll even give that shout out at the end of our show.
Please
hashtag,
do.
Hashtag Sound of Music too. He loves that too.
No Sound of Music this time. Just Go Ninja Go and Vanilla Ice stuff because we'll do the Sound of Music another go. We'll do the Sound of
You
Music.
just break your mic again? Jesus.
I almost knocked it over. I had it set up in my ghetto stand.
Everyone needs to go to sleep.
No, I'm not tired. I'm good. It's just my equipment needs to go to sleep.
Fumbleina.
Oh, look at it. See that? It's all good. So yeah, Go Ninja, all that. Send it over there. And come check us out this Saturday at Popcorn and Pints. We're going to be reviewing 2 more Harry Potter films. We're going to be reviewing part 3, which is James.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
And part 4.
Goblet of Fire.
Yes, Goblet of Fire, which is my shit. I can't wait. It's going to be a good time. Saturday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Popcorn and Pints over on the YouTube channel. Come check us out. And then Thursday, come back here. We're doing a sequel to this movie, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And we're going to be spinning the wheel so you'll see what we're doing next week. We're going to get out of here. And November is going to be black and white. Remember that. November is going to be black and white. What does that mean? You'll see. In that case, I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace.
Ninja.
Yep, you can put there hashtag ninja rap right over at the scene.